Hello, my name is Darla Santillanes, and welcome to my presentation on how consumers search for information online. The model of consumer decision making involves 5 stages when a consumer is considering a purchase. Problem recognition is the first and crucial step because if the consumer does not perceive a problem or need, then he will not move forward with searching information about considering a purchase decision. Step 2 of the consumer decision-making process is information search. Information search is a stage of the decision-making process in which consumers actively collect and utilize information from internal, external, and ongoing searches for sources to make better purchase decisions. Information search is the process by which we survey the environment for appropriate data to make a reasonable decision where determinants, motives, and outcomes are taken into account. So how do consumers search for information online? Consumers search for information through internal, external, and ongoing searches. Consumers continually recognize problems and opportunities where internal and external searches for information are to solve these problems with ongoing search processes. Internal search occurs when consumers access information previously stored in memory. Internal search is the relevant information from long-term memory and is used to determine a known satisfactory solution, characteristics of potential solutions, and appropriate ways that exist to compare the solutions. External search involves independent sources such as magazines, consumer groups, and government agencies. Personal sources are by word of mouth. Marketer-based sources are from salespersons and advertising, and product experience is where the consumer has interaction with the specific product. With ongoing search, it is search that is conducted to acquire information for later use or because the process itself is pleasurable. When information acquisition takes place on a relatively regular basis, regardless of sporadic purchase needs. Another word that could be used for ongoing search is exploratory search. Appropriate alternatives are the awareness set, which are composed of 3 subcategories of considerable importance to marketers. They are the evoked set or consideration set that contains brands or products one will evaluate. The inept set consists of brands found to be completely unworthy of further consideration, and the inert set contains brands the consumer is aware of but indifferent towards. Sources of information for a purchase decision available to consumers are memory, personal sources, independent sources, marketing sources, and experimental sources. Information search through the internet is characterized by human-computer interaction requiring consumers' ability and knowledge to acquire information. In order to search online, consumers must not only be able to locate the websites of interest and move between sites, but also to acquire information within the sites. There are several ways to identify the location of websites: via search engine, via manual entry of a URL, and via memory aid of a browser such as bookmarks. Given the vast amount of information available on the internet, these search techniques will affect consumer information search. Mobile search is the next major growth for firms. Roughly 84% of adults have a mobile phone. Local mobile searches for information from a mobile device pertaining to the current or future planned geographic location of a consumer. Local mobile search is changing how consumers find stores and brands and also how they search for information. Sound marketing strategies take into account the nature of information search engaged by the target market prior to purchase. 2 dimensions of search that are appropriate are the type of decision influences the level of search, and the nature of the evoked set influences the direction of the search. This video demonstrates the maintenance strategy where the brand is purchased habitually by the market, and the marketer's strategy is to maintain the behavior. In summary, the information search process describes feelings, thoughts, and actions in an information-seeking task with a discrete beginning and end, where considerable construction of knowledge takes place. In the end, every person is responsible for their own actions, emotions, feelings, thoughts, words, and perceptions while searching information. Listed are the references on how consumers research for information online, and this concludes my presentation. Thank you.